I never understand how they can misspell Honda so badly. Bailey informed me today is the parade of houses, something in the Jackson area where they have a bunch of open houses, and Bailey used to be a realtor, so she's really interested in this stuff. Get the feeling we'll end up going to houses, and you'll probably end up coming along. You can see Jake back there doing his thing. Never. Finally, have some time to sit down and do the vlog. Had to do the parade of houses thing with Bailey. Made her very happy. She loves doing it. And you get to see some cool houses. What I want to talk about today is separation of church and state. God in the courtroom. And what brought this on is about a month ago, I was caught on the street walking back to the office from lunch by a film crew from Pine Lake Baptist Church. They wanted to interview me. I told them I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I'm probably the last person you want to interview. They said, actually, you're exactly what we want to interview. Anyhow, that aired today apparently at the church, and it's a really big church. I've had numerous friends text me to say, hey, saw you today on the big screen, and got to thinking, I'd like to talk a little bit about separation of church and state. The thing that always gives me a little bit of a hang up is prayer in a courtroom. Now, I get our money says in God we trust. That doesn't offend me. It's almost a nod back to our history. Generally speaking, you can make a very good argument that we were founded on some Christian principles. Now, it says in God we trust. It doesn't say what God. You can pick any deity and apply it to that. So the money doesn't bother me so much. If I was you, pick the religion and they were having a prayer for you name any other religion, I wouldn't feel very comfortable in that courtroom. A moment of silence, I can live with that. The whole everybody bow their head. Also, by the time I get to a courtroom, I'm very much in business mode. I'm what I call a where the red fern grows Baptist. What I mean is, in the movie, Grandpa tells the kiddo, God will do his part. His part's making the hound dogs. You got to do your part. You must go and do the work to earn the money to buy the dogs that God creates. And I have that same mentality now. God makes the things that we want. He creates the land. Maybe it's a dog you want. Whatever it is, it's there. And there's work. Go work. Earn it. Buy what you want. And that's what I mean by where the red fern grows Baptist. Religion should not tie into a case. I even sort of have problems with religion in school. When I was a kid, they lined us all up and we said a prayer before lunch. And I was talking about elementary school. You know, the one that starts out, God is great, God is good, let us thank you for this food. That's the one we did. And as I got older and played football in middle school and started into high school, the Lord's Prayer was said after every football practice. And that didn't bother me so much then. And I don't know if it bothered anybody on the team because I'm in the Deep South. They call us the Bible Belt for a reason. So I don't know of anybody on that team that wasn't a practicing or believing Christian. But I can also see where that would create some problems. I mean, in Mississippi, we are not the most religiously diverse part of the country. In fact, the entire South, again, we are part of the Bible Belt. Yes, there is Catholics. Yes, there are other religions. Methodist, you have Jewish. There's a Muslim mosque right up the road from where I live. But by far and large, the people you come across are going to be practicing Christians or believing Christians. So I've always struggled with the separation of church and state. And the older I get, the more I struggle with it. And it's just because I can see where it'd be offensive. I can see where it would give an appearance of impropriety. And I'm not somebody that tries to avoid stepping on people's toes. I wear boots most days. Absolutely. I step on toes all the time. In that setting, I think we have some guarantees out there that protect us from that sort of thing. I think we have guarantees out there that protect us from being forced to intermingle those. And I recently learned something interesting about Genghis Khan. A good friend of mine, Craig, was telling me about a book he's reading over lunch. And as Genghis Khan conquered more territory, one of the things he incorporated was a freedom of religion because these territories would have multiple religions. I found that really interesting, and I hadn't done any real research on it. I try not to research for these super heavy. I want them to be organic. I don't want them to be framed and researched to a T, generally speaking. On occasion, I'll throw a statute or something like that in there, but I didn't go and just pull when's the first time that freedom of religion pops up. And that's the first time in history that I can remember. I love history. If somebody knows the first time freedom of religion pops up, let me know. The Golden Horde may not have been it. It may have been the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire would have done something very similar as far as conquered territories. They would have had to deal with their god or gods. All right. If y'all hear that, it means this vlog is officially adjourned, because I'm about to go play with little man.
Jake Franks.
Hey, Jake. What's going on, Jake? Oh.